and solution emerge. In today's world, complex societal challenges, be it climate change, health disparities, technological ethics, or inclusive education requires researchers to look beyond their own disciplines. And that is exactly what this conference aims to highlight. The power of interdisciplinary research unified towards the betterment of society. I, Dr. Samiksha Bhatt, feel privileged to extend my heartfelt warm welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. I.K. Bhatt, former Vice Chancellor, Manav Rachna University, Faridabad, and MIT World Peace University, Pune. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Indore, Dr. Upinder Dhar, Rector and Dean, FDSR, and Convener SHODH-2025, Dr. Santosh Dhar, Co-Convener SHODH-2025, Dr. Anjali Gupta, respected deans, HOIs, HODs, faculty colleagues, and dear research scholars. A very good morning to one and all here. While we may not be physically present together, the spirit of academic celebration remains alive. To invoke positivity and wisdom, let us commence this virtual gathering with a short invocation by the virtual lighting of lamp. I request to our technical team, please, to play the Saraswati Vandana.
Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurmamritam gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ya kundendu tusharaha धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
Thank you, sir. Even though we are connected through screens, the moment of our welcome remains just as a heartfelt. Now, I request to Dr. Upinder Dhar to offer a virtual floral welcome as a token of our gratitude and respect to our chief guest, Dr. I.K. Bhatt.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Shodh is a Sanskrit word that means research. Research is crucial for advancing knowledge, solving problems, and improving lives. It's fuel innovation, transform healthcare, and drives economic growth. Researchers are important because they disseminate discoveries over valuable insights and contribute to societal well-being. Now, I would like to request convener of SHODH 2025, Dr. Santosh Dhar, to share the details of SHODH 2025 with us.
Thank you, Samiksha. Esteemed chief guest on the occasion, Dr. I.K. Bhatt, former Vice Chancellor, Manav Rachna University, Faridabad, and former Vice Chancellor, MIT World Peace University, Pune. Dr. Upinder Dhar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Dr. Anjali Gupta, Co-Coordinator SHODH 2025, Chairpersons and Co-Chairpersons of Technical Sessions, HOIs and HODs of the Constituent Institutes of the University, and research scholars across the country, a warm welcome to SHODH 2025. Research promotes critical thinking. It encourages individuals to question assumptions, analyze data, and draw logical conclusions. This process leads to new discoveries, improves existing practices, and helps avoid errors based on guesswork or misinformation. Moreover, research supports policy making by providing evidence for decisions that affect society. It helps to tackle global challenges by offering solutions based on facts rather than opinions. Research is essential for growth, understanding, and improvement in every field. It empowers to make better choices and build a more informed, innovative, and just world. Whether in science, education, business, or everyday life, research plays a vital role in innovation and progress of society. Interdisciplinary research is a powerful approach that brings together methods and insights from varied academic disciplines to address complex questions or problems. Unlike multidisciplinary research, where disciplines work side by side, interdisciplinary research integrates knowledge and understanding from multiple fields and offers a more holistic approach to improve societal well-being. By combining insights from the areas such as biology, economics, sociology, and political science, interdisciplinary research helps to comprehend and tackle the root causes of societal problems. For example, in combating climate, researchers might merge environmental science, engineering, and economics to find solutions sustainable and economically viable. Similarly, addressing mental health issues benefits from the integration of psychology, public health, and social work. Advancements in artificial intelligence have resulted from the convergence of computer science, cognitive science, and data analytics. Rigorous and comprehensive studies by integrating diverse methodologies and analytical tools, interdisciplinary approach can improve the robustness and the reliability of findings, making them more applicable to real-world situations. Combining diverse perspectives can lead to breakthroughs that single discipline approaches might miss. Collaboration across discipline fosters synergy that can lead to novel approaches and solutions that might not emerge within a single field, promoting societal well-being and developing sustainable solutions for the future. It also helps to formulate policies that are more inclusive, ensuring that solutions are sensitive to the needs of different communities and addressing systemic inequalities. We have been organizing SHODH, the conference exclusively for doctoral students, since 2017. And SHODH 2025 is the 9th conference for doctoral students organized with an aim to facilitate research scholars to shape their research ideas and strengthen their network for gathering information, having guidance and suggestions from experts and fellow researchers across the nations. We are happy to share that we have received 83 abstracts from the research scholars of agriculture, engineering and design, management, commerce, social sciences, humanities, science, and law, which have been published in SHODH-2025, which will be releasing along with the book. Like every year, this year also a book entitled Integrating Interdisciplinary Research for Societal Well-Being has been published, which is compilation of select 26 papers out of 55 full papers which we had received. The papers were selected after getting reviewed by the experts in the respective disciplines. With a mission to knowledge enhancement, skills development, and innovative thinking, this conference, like earlier conferences, is likely to enable the scholars to augment their capacity for critical thinking, critical analysis, and sound judgment, thereby facilitating them to contribute to the existing body of knowledge. We wish all our scholars fruitful learning. With these words, I once again welcome all the dignitaries to this conference. Thank you so much. Over to Samiksha.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for guiding us. It is an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to invite Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Upinder Dhar, sir, for welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. Chief guest on this occasion, Professor I.K. Bhatt, deans, directors, other colleagues, research scholars, and friends. In fact, we have become part of this tradition of having a platform for PhD scholars right from 2006-07, when I was director of Nirma Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. We found it very facilitating for the research scholars. Every year, world-class ranking of universities is happening. And none of our institutions, none of our universities is appearing in top 100. When we analyze what is the reason, where are we lagging behind? We are lagging behind in quality research. Therefore, we need to promote research, give right direction, right from the, as national education policy has advocated, that research should start even from the undergraduate program, so that students get tuned to it, they learn various ways of doing research, and then they carry on in postgraduate and then doctoral levels. If we look at life, today we generally say that quality of life has improved. What has made it possible? It is research. In every domain, we have definitely improved, whether it is health, it is education, or workplace situations, there are improvements. And that is the outcome of the research which has been done in different disciplines. In fact, whatever we do, right from the time when we get up in the morning till we get up in the morning next day, we are using so many devices, so many equipments. All those have come out of research. When we get up, we use toothbrush, we use toothpaste. A lot of research has gone into it, and we are using improved paste and improved brushes over the period of time. Then we wear clothes. There is a lot of research that goes into textiles for having better clothing, more comfortable clothing. It is outcome of research. We wear shoes. Again, a lot of research has gone into having more comfortable shoes. We use vehicle to reach our office. Again, it is outcome of research that we are having better vehicles today. We use air conditioners, which are improving continuously, giving better cooling effect, making our environment more comfortable. Even we use furniture in the offices at home also, which is based on certain scientific principles, so ergonomic principles. The point is, research has contributed very significantly in our lives. And research begins with these scholars coming into picture. Therefore, there has to be a platform where they can present their work, they can learn from each other, and at the same time, improve what they are doing, make it better. Publish research at the right platform, in the right journals, so that they are cited by the peers. Peers find value in what a person has published, and so on and so forth. So SHODH is a very important activity of our university, which is happening every year without fail. And this gives an opportunity not only to our research scholars, not only those scholars who are registered with our university, but it is open to all across the country. Like previous years, I'm sure that this year also research scholars will find it of use. They will be able to learn from each other's experiences and excel, take steps towards excellence. That continuous improvement is necessary. Keep on doing, keep on working, and keep on learning from each other. That continuous learning is made possible by this SHODH. I'm sure that we will be learning many things during this year's SHODH as well. And I would like to welcome once again our chief guest, Professor I.K. Bhatt, on this special occasion. Happy learning to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that insightful beginning and for illuminating the vision of SHODH 2025. Now we come to a very special moment in today's inauguration, the release of the Saransh Conference Souvenir and Conference Book. I request to Chief Guest and Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to unveil the Saransh Conference Souvenir and Conference Book.
It's not visible.
What should be done to make it visible?
Yes.
I don't know what to do.
आईटी डिपार्टमेंट को देना था उसको डिस्प्ले करके
वर्चुअली क्यों नहीं कर रहे आप लोग?
Sir, ma'am, we have the releasing videos also. So,
Yes, you can.
दिखाइए
Actually, it's not coming in the camera.
हाँ बिल्कुल
sir,
नहीं आ
now I request our technical team, please play the release video of Saransh Souvenir of Conference SHODH 2025.
Yes, this is better way of doing. We are meeting virtually, so this is also to be done virtually.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now again, I request to technical team to please play release video of conference book. Again, I request our technical team to please release a video of the brochure of SHODH 2026. Thank you so much, technical team. Now I would like to invite Dr. Surbhi Girdhar, Assistant Professor SVV, to introduce our chief guest.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to all the dignitaries. It is truly an honor and privilege to introduce our chief guest.
Surabhi, you are not audible.
Hello. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to all the dignitaries.
Now I am audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah.
चलिए आगे बढ़े. What happened?
Surabhi?
Surabhi is not audible. कोई और पढ़ ले.
Surabhi? Please start.
Having some problem, कोई और करे.
Yes. Samiksha? Surabhi has some problem. You can start.
Now I am audible, no?
Yeah, you are audible now.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, all the dignitaries. It is truly an honor and privilege to introduce our chief guest, an inspiring figure in the field of higher education, Professor Dr. I.K. Bhatt. Professor Bhatt is a distinguished academician, visionary administrator, and celebrated institution builder whose illustrious career spans several decades in technical education. He has held some of the most prestigious leadership positions in India academic landscape, including former Vice Chancellor of Manav Rachna University, Faridabad, and MIT World Peace University, Pune. Director of several premier institutions, NIT Hamirpur, MNIT Jaipur, NIT Delhi, NIT Jalandhar, and IIT Kota. His academic foundation is equally strong, holding a BE honors in mechanical engineering from NIT Srinagar, followed by the MTech and PhD from the prestigious IIT Kanpur. He began his teaching career at IIT Lucknow, later serving as professor at MNNIT Allahabad. With a deep commitment to teaching and research, Professor Bhatt has supervised 14 PhD scholars and numerous MTech theses with his research interest spanning energy, material sciences, pedagogy, and academic management. He has authored over 160 research papers and has delivered more than 500 invited lectures across the country. Professor Bhatt is a great leader and reflected in his association with several national level bodies and policy making institutions including advisor AICTE, member secretary, National Board Accreditation, independent director on board of leading corporate entities, member Central Advisory Board of Education, visitor nominee on selection committee of IIT Roorkee and Allahabad, and several other roles across MHRD, UGC, MSME, and NEC affiliation bodies. His policy contributions have been instrumental in shaping India's technical education ecosystem, like drafting the first statute of NITs,
leading the formulation of AICT Vision 2015 and NBA Vision 2002, developing regulatory framework from accreditation and quality assurance, contributing to the IIT Bill and Triple B model and various national task force to skill employability. On the global front, Professor Bhatt represents India in the esteemed Yale India Leadership Program at Yale University, visiting prominent institutions like Columbia University, Stony Brook University, and Cooper University to foster the academic diplomacy and leadership development. In lieu of his recognition of his work, he has been awarded Dr. Zakir Hussain Award for Outstanding Contribution to Technical Education, Outstanding Contribution Award in Renewable Energy and at MNIT Jaipur, the title of Best Director Technical Institution in India by ICSCI USA, multiple accolades from DNA, Star Group, CMAI, CCI, and ABP Education Awards. In addition to his leadership academic achievement, Professor Bhatt is a dedicated member of the professional committees, fellow Institution of Engineering, life member of Indian Society for Technical Education, founder member of Indo-US Collaborative Engineering Education. We are deeply privileged to have a such transformative leader with us today. Sir, please accept our welcome and guide us. Thank you.
Namaskar. Good morning to everyone. Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Upender Dar Sahab, Dean Research Dr. Santosh Dar, Dr. Anjali Gupta, the other deans and head of departments, their faculty colleagues, dear participants of this conference, the students and the staff of this university, the members of the technical team, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me an immense pleasure and I feel honored to be part of this important conference, which is being organized on this important topic of academic research for social well-being. I am thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dar, for giving this opportunity to me. Dear participants, you are the most important human capital of our country. Many of you who are going to join the teaching profession will be responsible for building new institutions and shaping the future of generations of our society who will become the leaders of tomorrow and will build our nation and other global communities. The basic objective of any conference is to bring together academicians, researchers, experts from different parts of the country and abroad, and exchange ideas and knowledge. And that is what is being done today also in this conference. And I'm sure that it will help all of us, whether we are academicians, whether we are innovators, whether we are technocrats, researchers, or new startups who are participating today in this conference. I'm sure that it will provide an in-depth analysis of the subjects and update the knowledge of other participants from academics and research, from the research perspective. The conference provides a platform for scholars to present their research work. They share their innovative ideas and engage in intellectual discourses. These discussions do help them in improving further, going further and contributing to a collective knowledge base of various fields and facilitate interdisciplinary collaboration. For the participants, it is an opportunity to get connected with like-minded professionals, potential clients, and the industry influencers, and they can open doors to further future collaborations, partnerships, and new ventures which they will enter into. New technologies which are emerging are going to solve problems which we have created for the last 200 years, in fact. It is we who have really destroyed the ecosystem. In fact, Dr. Dar was talking about the environment. The environment has been degraded because we have not been conscious of preserving our environment. Issues like climate change, issues like environmental degradation, or the resource depletion, which we have handled, are we have not been really conscious about the damage which we have caused to our Mother Earth. So, therefore, the purpose of research, in fact, today, is to improve work on these issues and improve the quality of life of a common citizen, which is the basic premises for any research. So, therefore, how do we do it? How do we choose our problems will become very, very important. And how do we solve these issues will become very, very important for all of us. All of you should feel fortunate enough that you are now studying and you have got an opportunity to contribute in solving some of the problems which our generation and earlier generations have created actually. I am confident that the conference like these will help you in looking at problems with different perspective and shall help you in serving the society more meaningfully. We are passing through an era of disruptions where new technologies are placing the old ones at a fast pace. Look around and you will see things like Facebook, Instagram, robotics and automation, automation of in manufacturing, and also its effective supply chain management systems, big data analytics, 3D, blockchains, machine learning, speech recognition, medical applications, and many more, in fact. So, therefore, the responsibility now lies on your shoulders to work on these with these technologies and try to solve the problems which we are facing in this society. Actually, the universities, in fact, have to move from broad-based training to professional specializations, monodisciplines to interdisciplinary and to multidisciplinary areas. We have to move from theory to practice. Earlier, most of our attention was on creating new solutions, theoretical solutions, but now things are changing, and therefore, how do we practice this theory will become important. The discipline focus to job training has also is emerging, and therefore our role is changing, and the direction of research is also getting changed, and therefore we ultimately have to contribute to socio-economic development directly, not through theoretical aspects, and we have to collaborate with each other. The universities have to act as living laboratories for sustainability. We have seen that we still lag. In fact, if you look at globally, the sustainable development goals which we are pursuing and trying to address them, many countries have not been able to initiate, start their solutions actually. Though India is doing well in this direction, but I think our researchers can do much more than what is being done. There is a change in the, therefore, when we look at these problems, the role of universities also keeps on changing. Like a discernible shift from economic to societal public good has started becoming more important. Earlier, we were only looking at the profit earned, but today we are looking at what public good are we doing, doing this research. We need to be agile because the national priorities are changing. Looking at this scenario, what is happening across the globe, look at what is happening in terms of unrest, quarrels, wars everywhere. Therefore, the priorities are changing, and therefore we need to be very agile and try to find out solutions to these SDGs. And SDG 16 is nothing but peace and social justice, actually. Address national innovation system requirement is the responsibility of the universities. Partnerships that address social, economic, and environmental issues are becoming more and more important, in fact. And therefore, these problems need to be addressed with a multidisciplinary approach. We need to create culture that recognizes and supports engaged scholarship, learning and teaching processes. Resources that are being invested have to be done in collaboration and with different partners so that all of us work together and come up with solutions which are accepted globally. We need to promote the open innovation and address urgent challenges which we are facing today. So therefore, our role also is now changing with the priorities of these universities and the society. And therefore, we have to relate education and training to societal issues. We need to focus research on present day problems using the new emerging technologies. We need to use globally available knowledge for solving problems, measure impact of each activity carried out by us so that we are not damaging the ecosystem further. And we have to be role model as far as research is concerned in our approach, actually. So this can be done. It is not difficult. It can be done. It requires a change in mindset. And this can be done by thoughtfully involving in research in these areas for betterment of the society. The intention of academic research, in fact, is to identify facts and try to help solve the problems which we are facing and deal with these situations very effectively. It is the best tool. The research is, in fact, the best tool with the student researchers as well as with the university to create or enhance the knowledge and facilitate learning of students. Additionally, most academic research helps solve different social and economic problems simultaneously in the community surrounding the university where it is located. Researchers use the knowledge provided in new perspective, with this new perspective and new ideas that get generated. They need to share these novel ideas with others in the form of academic papers, which give them due recognition. And these have to be done by publishing it, as was said, in the quality journals. And that is where we sometimes lag when we look at the rankings or the accreditation and other things. So this is very, very important because all of them, if you look at ranking, 60% weightage is given to research actually. And it is the research which is competitive research, which is accepted globally by the peers and experts, which is reviewed by them. And therefore, we need to look at these aspects very carefully and contribute in those directions. If we look at the global spending of US in 2021, I was able to get the data from 2021. It is around $2.5 trillion have been spent by them in that year on research only. And similarly, if you look at Europe, it is around $1 trillion euros. So therefore, if you look at the investments which are being made in order to pursue research, we cannot remain silent because this pursuing research makes a very strong impact on on today's world. In fact, it brings benefit to the economy. It brings benefit to the society. It creates a culture actually of doing more research, getting people involved in more thoughtful processes. Public policies get changed, the health, the environment, the climate change, and overall quality of life, which are much beyond academia, have to be considered, which are very, very important. So therefore, this systematic process of studying any problem is nothing but research. And therefore, we, as researchers, as students in different areas, have to work in these directions. It helps us also in advancing knowledge because it expands our understanding of the world by exploring new ideas, theories, and methods, which is very, very important. It pushes the boundaries of existing knowledge of every field, in fact, if you look at this. It enhances publication in scholarly journals which are being presented, and it ultimately changes the curriculum of the universities ultimately. And similarly, submergence of oneself in the knowledge that has already been discovered is key to providing the appropriate foundation for creation of new knowledge, actually, which needs to be acknowledged. Similarly, similarly, when we are doing research, it does help us in improving our teaching learning processes. Research makes teaching learning more effective and more engaging for the students. It identifies areas where students struggle, and therefore we are in a position to give them solutions, different solutions from different perspective. Actually, it also inspires and new pedagogical approaches, and they get embedded into these into our normal classroom teaching, and it also helps us in improving, enhancing the quality of curriculum which we develop in our universities. It also helps us in enhancing the critical thinking of our students who work, the researchers. The critical thinking, when I say, it involves inductive and deductive reasoning, and how do we do it will become very, very important. It is the ability to determine whether inferences are supported by evidences, and therefore appropriate research methodologies have to be adopted in order to solve the problems. We have to become actively involved with subject matter, question and critically assess what is that new thing which we are talking about, and how does it keep on adding to the knowledge base and the existing knowledge base, which is very, very important. Critical thinking skills are very essential towards it because it enables students to make discriminating transformations, be it in their professional life or in their personal life. Similarly, it also promotes, when we do research, it does promote innovations and creativity. Research pushes the boundaries of subject fields and creates new pathways to explore and help to further academics. The pioneering of new techniques, new technologies, and policies in this particular area results in better collaborations between researchers and various other organizations which are interested in it. Most of the industries, if you look at US ecosystem, most of the companies have their research laboratories established in academic institutions. We lag behind, and that is where we need to work very seriously. Uh, Universities' research teams can serve to promote the creation of group work, problem solving, analytical skills, and provide the perfect platform because these universities can provide a perfect platform for students to develop their own creative thinking, and it can act to foster an environment of intellectual stimulation and enthusiasm. Besides all this, it also contributes to the society. It leads to practical applications that benefit society in terms of new technologies, treatments, policies, whatever you look at this, and helps us in solving real world problems and contribute to the improving the quality of life of people, uh, and especially working when we work in the societally challenged areas. So this helps us in moving further in this direction. So therefore, besides these advanced knowledge, improving teaching learning processes, which are the primary purpose for any academic research organization and the researcher, there therefore, we need to address social, economic, and political needs also. provide structures and coordination, promote cooperation and collective actions, in fact, establish new norms and standards, which is very important, deliver essential services and supports, facilitate growth, development, and the progress. So our objective should be besides this new knowledge creation, contribute to the improvement of society, which is in fact the theme of this conference, and to know how and why something works or why doesn't it happen actually. So the academic research needs to be presented in most common way through publications in reputed and quality professional journals, which can be used by others in order to keep on generating new knowledge, new methods, new technologies, which are very, very essential. Research also helps to develop or improve our understanding of specific problems, which and looking at the problem with different perspective actually, and or varied angles actually, and how do we identify them, and how do we ultimately try to solve them using debates, discussions, discourses. And this is what the research is all about. It leads to the personal growth of students through using different skills, as the big data analytics is being talked about, the critical thinking, time management, how do we organize the material which we generate is becoming very, very important. A research purpose is met through forming various hypotheses and trying to verify them. But every research topic must be feasible, it must be interesting, it must be novelty. There must be novelty in that question which you are trying to find out of the solution for that question. You have to work with a very ethical mindset, and whatever problem you choose, it has to be relevant to the society. Every research has to follow a systematic and appropriate methodology so that anybody doing it in any part of the world can duplicate the results which we are giving, in fact, which is very, very important. So that is how the new knowledge is generated. So another aspect of research is the external validation of research. It is a huge differentiator, as it gives recognition to the investigation which a researcher has made, and it can become the basis for future studies, which is very, very important. Other outcomes, if we look at even if it is an academic research, the other outcome of this academic research is building institutional reputation actually. So any institution, say what is difference between an IC Bangalore and a common university in our country, or what is difference between between Stanford and our institutions, Carnegie Mellon and our institutions? It is because they are doing a lot of research, quality research, but which develops ultimately the institutional reputation actually. And therefore, we need to look at these aspects. It also fosters innovation. So you become a center of creating new products, processes, and therefore new innovations help us there. It also attracts resources. Ultimately, if you are doing well, if you are doing very good innovations, if you are doing good research, then you will find that many organizations will be interested in giving you problems, giving you funds. So therefore, they may be giving you some equipment also, or maybe allowing you to work in your areas, in their organizations. And these are resources, and therefore you are attracting more resources also. This academic research also develops future leaders. Ultimately, you are going to be the future leaders tomorrow. Today, you might be doing research in this organization, in this university, but tomorrow you will keep on moving up the ladder, and you will become the leaders in the area in which you will be working, and therefore you have a great future actually. And if we are doing all this, it will ultimately help us in it will help our country in terms of economic development, and that is very, very important. So other benefits are that you are also working as a faculty mentor. So you become, ultimately, after doing research, you will also you will become faculty and you will start mentoring others in this particular areas. You learn about issues, methods, leaders, and in your chosen field. And this is again very, very important because and you have to be learners all across, even if you become old. Say, for instance, when I studied, there was nothing like a computer, there was nothing like mobile, there was nothing like internet. We kept on learning it over a period of time, and even today we keep on learning. So a researcher has to be a learner throughout his life. Then and only then he can be a successful researcher and can become mentor for others. He can set example for others. Applying concepts from your course to real life situations becomes easy if you keep in touch with your research work. And you will definitely, if you keep learning, you will be furthering your creative achievements to higher level, and you will be sharpening your problem solving skills, for which a lot of people will come and would request you to give them solutions. And therefore this doing research, it also puts some responsibility on the organization, on the universities, and that will help you in creating a conducive environment actually. When we look at this, it also requires providing training programs in affiliation with the university to the workforce which is working in industries or in other corporates, and focus on training which is not theoretical but which is practical oriented, project oriented. You have to work and encourage interdisciplinary collaborations, and may have you'll have to create structures to promote this intersection and of disciplines such as biology and technology, which Dr. Dar was talking about, and integrating sciences with social sciences is becoming very, very important. You need to create the responsibility of the university is to create that culture and include how staff and people are trained. How do they how are they trained in order to use these facilities? How do you have to create the environment planning, policy planning, in terms of, so that there is a regular discussion and discourse on what is happening. And in my opinion, it should be a weekly exercise where people come, talk about what they have done, and get suggestions from others how we are doing it. It does require the universities need to establish such centers so that they are provide and they then help this to provide an administrative, financial, and other services to the researchers and focus on specific fields of interest. Every university cannot do, any university cannot work in all the directions, but we need to identify some specific areas of interest and house the best facilities in that center for the researchers. Give them the environment where they can openly discuss things which are very, very important. Encouraging joint research efforts with industry and other universities, other research organizations is becoming very, very important, and we also need to move in that direction. They, because it helps in bringing together researchers, lecturers, professors, and students together for creation of this new knowledge, which is very, very important. Another thing which the universities have the responsibility is creating that academic, giving them academic freedom, in fact, where they can experiment and they might fail also. It is not necessary that every experiment will become will create a new product. And therefore, we need to be ready for that. But then we have to understand that this is being done for greater public good and and that is conducted honestly and without any constraint. So we need to encourage these collaborations and improve the academic credibility of the institutions, which is very, very important. A good practice shared will become important for the university. In fact, if something is happening, some good research is coming up, a lot of you will find that it has an effect of attracting more people to come to the university. So the best faculty will come and work in the university. The best students would like to take admissions in these universities where good research is taking place. So therefore, when we look at the research and expect trained, have research groups, have a good governance system, have proper funding associated with it, then and only then we'll be in a position to have an excellent environment of innovations. And this does ultimately result in trained staff. It will help in scientific discoveries. It will also help in public engagement and outreach, and it will also help us in collaborations. So, in summary, the organization and the institutions play a vital role in supporting individuals and collective well being, and their existence is essential for building and maintaining the uh, uh, prosperity and harmonious environment. There are challenges, and I personally feel the biggest challenge is getting funding, and therefore the universities should now try to do quality work where they will be in a position to get funding also, because there is a lot of competition as far as funding is concerned, and it is not very easy to get funds even from the funding agencies which are ready to support research. It also has another thing which is very important is the time constraint. When we look at the corporates or industries, they are interested in a very quick solutions. They expect you to give solutions in certain time frame, and educational institutions by and large are not really able to meet these time constraints. So therefore we have to respect time, and this is very, very important. We need to work very ethically, and uh, that is how we will be in a position to sell ourselves. At the end, let us thank, in fact, the coordinating team for bringing all of us on the same platform and engage in a fruitful discussion. And I'm sure the resource persons who will be sharing uh, their knowledge, their ideas, will help you in improving the quality of research which you are pursuing. And I'm sure that you will be in a position to generate new knowledge, which is again important. And I'm confident that the deliberations will help you in moving in the right direction and achieve the goals which you have set for yourself and for the society, which must not be forgotten. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and for motivating us to think beyond boundaries, adopt new technologies, create impactful research, and for continuous learning. I request to Dr. Anjali Gupta, the co-convener of SHODH 2025, to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon to all the esteemed dignitaries present here. On
थोड़ा
behalf
सा
of,
दूर रखो,
okay,
माइक थोड़ा सा दूर रखो.
sure, sir. On
हाँ.
behalf of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth and the organizing committee of SHODH 2025, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who contributed to the success of this inaugural session. I am deeply honored by the presence of our chief guest, Dr. I.K. Bhatt sir, former Vice Chancellor of Manav Rachna University and MIT World Peace University. Your enlightening address would guide the path for future goals of our young scholars. This will also set a profound tone for a conference emphasizing the significance of interdisciplinary research for the betterment of the society. Our sincere thanks to Dr. Upinder Dhar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, for his unwavering support and inspiring welcome address. His leadership continues to guide us towards the academic achievements. I am grateful to Dr. Santosh Dhar, Rector and Dean, Faculty of Doctoral Studies and Research, and convener of SHODH-2025, for providing a continuous support and guidance to fulfill the objectives of the conference. My appreciation extends to all the dignitaries, faculty members, researchers, and participants who have joined us virtually today. Your engagement is vital to the success of SHODH 2025. I also thank Dr. Samiksha Bhatt for seamlessly supporting and coordinating the conference from day one by helping in design of the brochure, book, and sessions. Lastly, I cannot stay back in recognizing the efforts of the session coordinators, technical team, and support staff who have given their time and effort and have ensured the smooth execution of this virtual event. As we proceed with the conference, let us carry forward the insights and enthusiasm garnered today. Thank you all once again, and I request all to join the sessions.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request you all to rise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Bharat Mata ki Jai. Thank you all. Now I request to all the participants, so please punctually join their technical sessions.
Thank you very much, Bhatt. Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Okay.
Now we have different sessions, no? So different
ma'am.
links for different links.